en de bovenop mij. So baby work, 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 work. Laat me zien hoe je twerk, twerk, twerk voor mij. Ja, je bent mijn girl, 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 girl. In de club draai jij voor mij. Girl, jij bent mijn lover, yeah. Ja, mijn only lover, yeah. Vandaag is van ons, van jou en mij. Girl, pak mijn pas en spend voor mij. Girl, jij bent mijn lover, yeah. Ja, mijn only lover, yeah. Vandaag is van ons, van jou en mij. Girl, pak mijn pas en spend voor mij.
L-O-V-E, dat is wat ik voor jou heb. Shawty, je weet dat ik altijd aan jou denk. Je bent mijn lover en mijn best friend. Laat jou niet alleen, we doen het samen. Ik wil jou forever, shawty, ga jou niet verlaten. Yo, pak mijn pas, alles om mij. Pretty girl, ja mijn girl, die is zo fijn. In love met je culo, culo en je waistline. Ja, ze bel me op, ze wil niet alleen zijn. In de ochtend wil ze mij tot aan de late night. Ja, mijn girl is verslaafd aan mij. Jij bent in love, shawty, jij bent the one. Hou mijn handen goed vast, shawty, jij geeft mij love.
Girl, jij bent mijn lover, yeah. Ja, mijn only lover, yeah. Vandaag is van ons, van jou en mij. Girl, pak mijn pas en spend voor mij. Girl, jij bent mijn lover, yeah. Ja, mijn only lover, yeah. Vandaag is van ons, van jou en mij. Girl, pak mijn pas en spend voor mij.
Look down. Gonna be you and me. Gonna be everything you ever dreamed. Gonna be who you need. Gonna be everything. Wanna be who and me. Gonna be everything you ever dreamed.
Yo, welcome to another Hyperdrive Live trading session. I am your host, Coach CJ, and I'm excited for you to be here. We'll be live in a few moments trading the Nasdaq futures market using the hyperdrive system. If this is your first time trading with me, buckle up because we trade a fast-paced but simple, color-coded, and highly efficient system I created to be in and out of the markets in 90 minutes or less. If after watching this session you want to learn this system, grab my hyperdrive instruction manual with the link in the description. You'll be added to our private community and receive 30 days of live trading for free on Zoom with zero delay. Before we start, do me a big favor and make sure you like, subscribe, and share this stream with others. I greatly appreciate that gesture of support. All right, the market is about to open soon, so let's get this session started. See you in 3, 2, 1. Enjoy the show.
Boom. Ooh, that came in weird. There we go. You should be able to see my screen now.
Good morning.
Hey, what up, Steph? Good morning. How are you?
I am good. How are you guys?
Amazing. It's Tuesday. Beautiful day outside. Can't complain. Alrighty. We got minute 20. We're all over the place. We're blue on the 1 and red on the 3 and the 5. We got Powell testifying. We got consumer confidence. So we got orange folders, red folders at 10 o'clock, top of the hour. We've already had some crazy wicks. Was there 8:30 news this morning? I guess. Kind of. It was the yellow folder. Had some news at 9:15. So what's up, Sharif? What's up, Cindy? Good morning to everybody watching on YouTube. Let me know you guys can hear me on YouTube. All right, market's gonna open up here in 30 seconds. We are red on the 3 and the 5. Man, Asia session opened up and just banged. Took out all of our daily targets that we were looking at yesterday. There was 3 stacked right here. I was talking about these yesterday's equal highs, relatively equal highs. Asian session went for it.
Finally pushed over all that structure at the top. It's been sitting there for a long time.
Yeah, and we got this 329 area that got taken out too, so I need to make some adjustments here. Oh, I'm on the 4-hour. Hold on, let me go to the daily. There we go. And we just tapped into a daily imbalance. There it is. You're probably too busy to do this, but when you see the market pushing like that during the Asia session, do you ever look to get into anything stuff?
No, I don't even look at it at night. I mean, if I'm on the charts in the evening, it's back testing. I never look at what's happening at the moment.
Yeah. What's up, Tobias? All right, well, we'll see what we do here. Yeah, Blue is around. He watches on YouTube. I think he's traveling right now though. I think I saw him in Tennessee. What up, Che? All right, 1 minute is pushing down now. 30 seconds left in this candle. Never mind. Put in a bullish engulfing at 9:31, and then it is possibly getting violated.
Hey CJ, I think we've talked about this before. With the Sim Pro accounts, and if you've got the old instant funded, can you copy trade all of those, or are they all separate?
No, you can't copy. You can't connect them together because they get monitored differently with that ESS thing.
Yeah, I was looking at that.
Which I found. I found a video that explains that ESS pretty well. I'll post it in the Telegram channel for you guys.
Oh, it's a hard breach, Ken? That's interesting. Okay.
Did you find that out the hard way, Ken? We are wicking around here, kind of all over the place. The next daily target, if we go bullish, is almost close to 400 points away. So I don't know. Have you done any reading up on this new Fed sheriff that's going to be taking over for Powell?
No, I haven't read anything about that.
Yeah, me either. Just wondering. The rumors are true that Jerome Powell, his days are done.
I'll be honest, I haven't been reading much news lately. I've been tuning out a lot more than normal.
I don't blame you. George said about time. Well, they used this ceasefire to push this market up yesterday. That's for sure. Yeah, actually, I meant to mention that yesterday. Carl Hughes, who's on here, he told me that you can only do one copy trade setup. You can't save multiple, which maybe that could be something they look into now that they see people trying to do it. It just would be more efficient if you can save two different styles.
Yeah, if they had a setting where you could just click back and forth between settings would be nice. Otherwise, it seems like lots of possible errors.
Yeah, for sure. Faux show. Well, we're pretty stuck right now off the open.
There's an inactivity rule, Ken. So make sure you do a trade. So you have to take a trade at least every 10 days. That's interesting. I'm going to need to go back and read everything on those.
Gold's dropping like a rock. Oh yeah, it is. Bitcoin went up yesterday, back up to 105. It's every 10 days, at least every 10 days. Trading days. So 14 days, 14 calendar days, 10 trading days. Same thing. We got a bunch of stuff happening at 10 o'clock, so it seems like the market is kind of squeezing in, waiting for that. Might get into a stalemate here on the 3 and the 5 soon. Actually, we're already in a possibly in a stalemate on a 3 already. If we go bullish, 5 minute has to get above, close above 370 area.
Interesting. I just noticed the 15-minute chart, that J4, it wicked and wicked and wicked before pushing up. It held really well.
Ken, this is right up your alley, what Carl just talked about. So one way you can simultaneously have two different types of copy trading on TopOne is using a VPS on a separate computer. Just that's right up your alley, Ken. Being the tech guy you are. So today is Anita's birthday. And I told Kaden that when she comes home, I put some, we made her some cards and there's some balloons upstairs. And so I told her that when she comes home, tell her that one of her gifts is that she has to fold these clothes. And I just heard him say it. He's like, "Mama, your birthday gift is you have to fold these clothes." Oops.
So what else are you doing for Anita's birthday? Hopefully not just laundry.
No. Going to pick up one of her gifts and get her a new Apple Watch.
Nice.
Probably, I don't know, I might go to the pool, actually. It's supposed to be nice today. Go to hang out at the pool. But this weekend, I think we're going to Detroit. She wants to, she likes the water stuff, so I think we're going to get on the Detroit River, which I don't think I've ever been on the Detroit River. I haven't hung out in Detroit too much.
So is that like boating or tubing?
Tubing, probably.
Tubing. Well, we're supposed to get up to 4 to 5 inches of rain this week.
Really?
Yeah, we had almost 2 yesterday.
Oh, wow. Let's see. I'm supposed to golf on Friday. Let's see. I think we're supposed to get some rain this week too. Oh yeah, we're supposed to get rain starting today. Oh man, we're supposed to rain till Monday.
You're getting the same thing we are.
Mm-hmm.
Usually just like a couple days later.
Supposed to start raining at 11 p.m. today. Tomorrow, actually, it's just raining at midnight, and then that's it tomorrow. Thursday, though, mid-morning, and that's it. Friday, midnight, end of day. So it's not as
That's not so bad.
it's not as bad as it looks. Not as bad as it sounds like you guys are gonna get.
No, and I feel bad. We're packing up Aubrey, my oldest, for her first overnight camp for 2 nights, and it looks like it's just going to rain the whole time.
Oh dang! Is it local?
It's about an hour away. Yeah, it's the same camp my brother and I went to when we were kids. Christine, I feel that my husband just planted new grass in our backyard, and I'm so sick of running the sprinklers. So this week of rain is going to be great. I see a couple people ask where I'm at. I'm in southeast Minnesota, between Rochester, Minnesota, and La Crosse, Wisconsin. So I'm like right across the river from La Crosse. We're tucked down into the corner by the Iowa border, Wisconsin border, right on the Mississippi.
All right, we're in the bottom of the hour. I got 10 minutes before JP and some orange folders. Market right now is very blah. Where do you think this market's gonna go?
I don't know. I was looking at the 15-minute here. If you're looking at it, it looks like it might push up, but I don't know. You can. It's one of those too where we're in a stalemate. You can look at every different time frame. I would say on the 15-minute, you've got a bullish candle. It looks like it's retesting. The 5-minute is opposite of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it could go either way.
Hence the stalemate.
Exactly. Same thing on here. I marked the same line on the top, and it's like on the 15-minute, sure, it looks like it might go down, but now it looks like it broke the line and retested.
Mm-hmm. Did you see what Ken said?
Yeah. We've got a minute until news.
All right, 10 o'clock drop. 10 o'clock news. Let's see which way she goes. So it's either way, it's the volume is so low to go either way.
Yep, a nice, well, there's 5 maybe going stalemate. Maybe.
Only good thing about the 5 is that we need a push anyway, so that'll push the volume up. We'll need a push to get above 370. So that should raise the volume up. But pretty meek, pretty weak right now.
Even the news isn't doing much.
How do you feel when you don't get a trade in a day? How do you feel? How do you feel? I know the feelings probably changed. So how did you used to feel, and how do you feel now?
I used to find in quotation marks an entry that felt like you were missing out because you could see the movement, so you knew there were profits in there. So I always felt like I had to find an entry. And it was only a couple of weeks ago I even had sent you and Ken a message that like I just went 2 days without taking a trade and I'm not phased by it. And then I was heading on vacation and went another 4 days without trading, and it didn't phase me at all. Like that was a new trading level for me, even literally just within the last month.
Did you take extra steps to lock yourself out so you wouldn't trade, or you just didn't? You just were just completely okay with it?
If I was at work, the couple days I was at work, I locked out. I completely locked out. When we were traveling, it didn't matter. I don't trade on my phone at all, ever. So since we were out and about, I didn't have it with me. I think some of that, though, is I had told you I had kind of gotten out of back testing as our spring got really busy. And that was around the same time I started back testing again, where it's like you could see the profits, you had your loss days or the no trade days, and you could still end up profitable.
Well, how can I put this? The imbalances are going to be more how can I say this? Your imbalances are more current, I guess you can say, for the price action of today, because they're being pushed based on the volume in the market, based on the current orders, where your quarter levels are just, they're always there, right? It's all, quarter level is always going to be at 22,300. It's always going to be at 22,325. It's always going to be at 350, right? But imbalances change based on what the market, the true value of the market is sitting at, or the true orders are currently coming in at. So yeah, you'll see them as like respecting those areas, because that's where the true value is. That makes sense.
I I think that makes sense, but
It
makes sense.
It's different levels of understanding here, though. It might not make sense to some, but if it doesn't make sense, say something, and I can try to break it down more. That's why I struggle trying to figure out how to say it, because I'm trying to say it simply, you know.
Yeah, your imbalance. Those imbalances are your current market movement.
Exactly. Where your quarter levels are blank, like they're blanket. It's always going to be there. It's always going to be there. It's always going to be there. But your imbalances are based on your current market movement, as Steph just said. Like, this is current market movement, so there could be an imbalance sitting here, which is why sometimes the market will come back and like just miss our entry, because maybe it just tapped into an imbalance, and that's all it wanted to do was just fill in here and then push up, versus coming all the way back down here when it didn't need to. So these are blanket, always going to be there. Your imbalances are changing based on what's currently happening in your price action. Did that breakdown help, Jimmy?
What else do we have for news this week? This is just not going anywhere.
Well, we got Powell testifying today. We got Powell testifying tomorrow. And I mean, if we think back to how we've always looked at the news, anytime we have this back to back is very similar to like having, you know, there's the market will move it whenever it's ready to, obviously, but it could be held back just based on just as he is when he does his speech in the afternoon, what he says or whatever. You might have a consolidated day, you may not. You know, they may push the market around and back and forth in consolidation today, and the market may move tomorrow with his, you know, with whatever it happens. It just depends. But outside of these two, we got our normal like 8:30 news coming up on Thursday, and then we have 8:30 news on Friday. But every day has 10 o'clock news too, so you expect something to happen. Looks like we just got a drop.
We're not far from alignment. Well, no, that just went the other direction again. As soon as you say one thing, it goes totally different
This
again.
seems to be one of the days where they want to just keep it nice and tight. They want to keep it nice and tight. Maybe moving in the afternoon, or I mean, we had a lot of movement overnight. So Asia session ate it up, and London did as well. London had a little bit. So this was all Asia. This move here was all Asia, and then we moved sideways for a sec, and then actually this is all Asia too. Honestly, both of these pumps, this was a little sideways, and this pump up here was Asia too. London topped out up here, and then honestly it's just been doing nothing, and now New York is kind of doing the same thing. So we're kind of here. We're just Asia ate up all the volume.
Yeah, those were some big pushes.
Yeah, like I say, I mean, every session has to eat at some point. You know, it's just we want to eat when we eat, which is in New York session, because that's when, you know, we trade. But you know, Asia has to eat. I mean, and Asia is the lowest volume session, but every now and then you'll get a run, and they use this quote unquote ceasefire as that push. You'll wake up and you see London as that move sometimes, or we'll catch that move during New York. But every session has to get fed. The morning New York, which is part of the London crossover. Once that ends at noon Eastern, then you have afternoon New York. Sometimes this morning New York is consolidated. Afternoon New York moves. What else can we talk about? What questions do you guys have?
The other day we had talked a little bit about marking up charts, and a lot of people do not mark their own charts.
Mm-hmm.
So we could take a look at some of that too. I mean, it takes some practice just to find your fib, run it, run your trend. I mean, you got to use it and figure it out. So, but all the tools are there, and they're really makes a difference if you're not marking up your own chart too.
Yeah, I mean, I think that I agree with that for sure. I think that marking up your own chart is part of the process to you getting an understanding of flow, and just, you know, it's goes, I'll always use the same analogy. It just goes back to you dating the market and understanding the ebbs and flows, and just being able to have these type of conversations because you've spent that time, you've put those hours in to just kind of be like, oh, okay, you know, understand those basic things and just take it from there. Like after impulse, you get retracement. All right. But that's when you use your fib to kind of map out areas of where that possibly could return to. And then, like we've talked about in the past, where it could then go to. Understanding your order blocks, understanding your imbalances, understanding those different key elements that help you just build out a roadmap of where the market wants to go with your overall bias based on alignment, and then just finding your confluences or your proof of that with the market showing you that, right? Like our proof right now is that we're in a stalemate. So what is the market doing? It's not doing anything. Well, that's not a coincidence. It's based on, like, all of our alignment is based on the actual trend of the market going where the market wants to go. Right now I don't want to go anywhere, which is why we're in a stalemate. So this is the sloppiest time to really mark anything up, because you can see market going, you can see market going either direction, right? You can go on the higher time frame like we were talking about earlier, and you can see, all right, I see a 30-minute imbalance right here. I see some long wicks to the bottom here. So, you know, we're clearly building up buy orders up out of here. But then on the top, we have a 30-minute imbalance right here. We have sellers sitting up here. Oh, okay. That also explains the stalemate. You know what I mean? Like that. Yeah. That explains the consolidation, because we have sellers sitting in a tight spot on top, buyers sitting on a tight spot on the bottom. We need the market to break through one of these directions, and want to push. Once that happens, we'll see alignment happening for the buyers or the sellers. We'll start to see that to play out. So yeah. Yeah.
That's really not, Jimmy, any different really than what we're doing. We're marking up the potential daily targets, and those are those same spots too.
Yeah. I mean, we have those. We have that. We do that. I mark these up, give these daily targets all the time. That isn't just for us to like target to. It's just like direction. Because if you know the target of where the market wants to go overall, then we also match it up with alignment. We have strong directional bias, because it's not only just saying like, oh, we're in alignment for buys, but where does the market want to go when it buys? Daily targets. So that gives you it gives confidence, it gives strength towards the directional bias, and you taking positions in that space to either, you know, look to take it there all the way, or look to piece it out, right? Like 25 points here, 50 points here, especially if we're close to it. Like if we're close to it in a day, like if we came to this market right now and we were down here trading and we were close to this, that's when I'm asking, I'm like, Steph, you trailing this? Because it's like, we're so close that it's like, if we came all the way up here, we would think that the market wants to go here. Like it's right there. Like if it doesn't go there, it's just like rude. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, based on what we were seeing from the volume, we're seeing from the structure, we're seeing the nice staircase of the ebbs and the flows, you know, the impulse, the pullback, everything looks smooth. And then on top of that, maybe we have some news to push us in that direction as well. That just makes it seem like, all right, we could trail that. We could push out 60 points, 75 points, or maybe 100 points trailing to that. But here, we get above here on the buy side, like I'm not trailing this for 400 points. Like I don't, you know, we're not getting there. We're not getting there in a one shot. So it's a little bit, not saying that we won't get there, but the way we get there may be a little bit more choppy. It may be a little bit more
multiple entries.
Exactly, right? It's not a one shotter, you know. No, I don't do it just I mean, this is in the past 24 hours. This one right here is from February 18th. This one right here is from February 19th. This one right here is from February 21st. This one right here is February 20th. All these down here, this one was from June 23rd. This one's June 2nd. I had all three of these marked up yesterday. When we first got on the session, I had all three of these marked up from yesterday. This one right here, this one right here, this one right here. So no, I don't.
We don't necessarily do the last 3 days more structure, based on structure of what's coming next.
Yeah, I just do it based on where we're closest to, and what's possible, like possible for today. And then as they get hit, we just update them. Like this is how we looked when we first got on the session this morning. Right there, I had all three of those marked up, and it just so happens that we hit it overnight. So that's how yesterday looked. These are the daily targets that we talked about, and then we just hit them overnight. That's all. So I deleted them once I went hit them. I remove them. I remove most of them. Like I kept this current one for today just because it might show a level of resistance, which it is doing right now. It has been doing. We came up here and we opened up and got right back to that daily target of 329, and it's been bouncing off. Now we're having a hard time just making a decision. Yeah, you know, I don't like messy charts, so I don't go too crazy with it, but enough for us to see a bias or see a roadmap, a path. I love that. Amy, what Amy just wrote? Did you read that?
I'm in the middle of it, yeah. I like that, the wrong side of the J4.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting because Amy, I kind of do something similar, except I look at the 3-minute. Yeah, I should clarify. I'm watching the 3-minute J4. The exact same way you do, just the 3-minute J4 instead of the one.
Yeah, you basically using the J4 like our clothesline.
Yeah. I've also been watching like on the 1-minute for when we go to BE. We've been moving to BE just when it touches on the 3-minute, but I've been kind of watching. We used to do it when the 1-minute closed above it.
Mm-hmm.
And that I've been kind of watching. I haven't switched anything, but I've been watching it a lot more lately.
Yeah. The reason why I did that, well, from a 3 is like on the touch is on those positions where you're in profit 25 points and then it just comes back through and takes you out at 25 points. I feel like mentally it just felt better in a way. You know what I mean? Like mentally,
Get your risk off the table.
Just get your risk off the table. Yeah, you know. Versus being in profit 25 and then just allowing that to come all the way back down and take you out at minus 25. Especially at that time, we were more on Apex too, right? People were utilizing Apex a lot more, so that could really hurt you on that drawdown. So it's it's just so many different things you can do. I mean, management is so personal, honestly. Management is so personal. You literally could literally just say, I'm not going to break even ever, and just being like, I'm okay with the 25-point risk. I'm looking to make 50 points, 75 points, whatever the case may be. Never going to break even, and just be completely okay with whatever outcome happens. And you could backtest that and see if that's more feasible for you versus going break even. Maybe you mentally don't like going break even and coming back and getting taken out at break even, and then seeing it go your way. Like maybe you know what I mean? Like it's such a personal thing that you really just have to dig into. Like Amy's dug into it. Like she's like, all right, if it closes behind a J4, I'm gonna close out, because what I've seen and what I've tested is X, Y, and Z. It's like a science project. You got to build that hypothesis, test that hypothesis, make that decision, and then stick to it for a long period of time to really prove out the result. So it's so many different ways you can manage trades. Like you can literally do one-to-ones. Like instead of going break even at 25 points, you're taking full profit. You're just like, look, I'm up 25 points. You know, I'm good. You know what I mean? I'm taking that one-to-one, right?
When I trail, which we haven't done much of lately, but like earlier this year when the market was making those big moves, I was keeping my stop loss like 5 points behind the normal break-even spot. So like when we went BE, I was 5 points under or above. And then every 25, I was sitting at like the, for example, 270 versus 275 or 295 versus 300 and giving it a couple extra points to like come back and retest and run. That was working really well. We just haven't had much of that lately to trail.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ken, you had said that the other day about taking your 25 points on your first trade, just like for the mental game side of it. You know, you're sitting in profit.
I mean, you piece it together 25, 25, 25. You're, you know, you could, and Ken, we know you could do that all day. You can get your 25.
He will. He's doing one set of counts in the morning and one set in the afternoon.
Literally. Literally. All you need is 2 and you're done. Well, you're not done, but people would be done.
But again, with, you know, Ken, we know that he's done the analysis behind it.
Exactly.
He does so much of the backside
analysis.
work.
Great combo, great conversation. Anybody else got anything? That was your you brought that one up, Steph. The charts.
Yeah.
What else do you put on your charts? I can't see your charts. I gotta figure out how we can share your screen.
Yeah. I have I use the Gone boxes, kind of like I had never seen that until you. I think we were in like Blue Magic, like it was original, like way back. You were using those a lot, and I've started using them. I mark up order blocks.
Yeah.
I do a lot of order block marking or trend lines.
Do you have a messy chart?
No.
Okay.
Actually, the yellow lines drove me crazy for a very long time.
What yellow lines?
Are our quarter levels.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're necessary, but it took me a long time to get used to them because it was way more on my chart than I'd had.
Yeah. I would normally have them lighter than they are, but I realized that people can't see them on stream.
Yep.
If I have them light, I don't like seeing them. I don't mind seeing them, but I kind of like sometimes it took me a while to get used to it. But I would have mine on this width, and I would honestly have my opacity down to like 50%. I would have it like this, but then I realized watching the stream, like people can't see that.
No, barely at all.
Yeah, so I changed it. I sacrificed my chart for the good of the people here. But yeah.
I mean, for a while, I even had different settings for when I marked order blocks on different time frames. I had them different colors. That was too much.
Yeah. I used to do that. I used to do that when I traded gold. It's so hard to focus. I don't understand how people can do that. Like, I guess you have to train. You really just have to train your eyes to see through and see what it is that you want to see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like blue.
And if you hop between different time frames too, then that's all messed up.
Yeah. You also some of your drawings, what you can do. Like if I wanted this box to only be visible on the time frame, you can change that in your settings. Like if I wanted this to only be visible on the 5 minute, I can make this a 5 minute box.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
So if I take off the seconds and the hours and just have it on the 5 minute, and so if I go to the 15, it's gone. If I go to the 5, it's there. If I go to the 3, it's gone. You could do that too. And the reason why I stopped using a GOM box is because they put a midline on a rectangle. This didn't used to be a thing. There used to be no midline here, so that was the reason why I used the GOM box. I wanted to see the 50% level. Once they put when they put a midline on a rectangle, I was like, oh, okay, it's the exact same thing, so I don't really need that anymore.
My chart almost always has a fib on it somewhere.
A fib, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if we're gonna get anything, it's gonna happen at the last 10 minutes of the hour here. And honestly, I mean, if we go bullish, unless it really comes in, I don't think we're gonna have enough to get an alignment for buys. You might get something in your extra hour that you do.
Yeah, I won't have that today. I have to pack Aubrey up.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did say that.
Yep. Amy, I did the same thing. Actually, my husband Jeff said the same thing. He's like, "Why are you messing around with it? Just stick to the rules."
We all have those days, as do I.
He's good too. Since most days I'm at the office, if he walks in and sees a chart on a screen in the afternoon, he literally is like, "Get off of it. Just shut it down. You're not supposed to be on it anyways." So I have a little bit of accountability there.
That's nice. I can't do that, Ken. Even that is just too much.
Yeah, I can't have that. I mean, I'm on 3 screens right now.
This is
Oh yeah, no way.
I couldn't do that.
It give me a headache.
Yeah, I couldn't do this. I would just need to have 3 monitors if I want to do something like that. I do have 3 monitors, but I don't use them for. I only need one. But I do find myself, and you guys may see it, I go back and forth on the chart a lot. I'm like, all right, I'll literally just scroll, and sometimes I'm not even looking at anything. It's just a habit at this point of just moving back and forth, especially in slow times like this.
Just trying to see if you can spot anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I've got Trading View on one screen, Zoom. Well, right now we have a TV over the monitor, so that's thrown up on the TV, and then I've got my trade accounts on another screen.
Yeah. Oh.
We've had a lot of no trade days lately. More than normal.
Yeah. I got 2 monitors and then my laptop. So I have Trading View, obviously what you guys see. And then right below that is on my second one is that's where TopOne, which I can switch to here. And then the other one is miscellaneous. It's the YouTube. Right now it's Telegram because George has been hitting me up since 8 o'clock this morning with tech issues. So I've been helping him out.
It's your IT today as well.
I'm literally IT for George, like at least once a month.
You need a new IT chat in the Telegram.
Which I normally just don't even have it open, but it was slow today, so I was looking at it.
Yeah, Ken's the real IT.
Ken is the real IT. Your brother said he loves having 3 screens. It goes well with his 2 work screens on top of it.
Yeah, exactly. His setup's kind of crazy. Hey, speaking of my brother, he passed his challenge accounts the other week.
Oh, let's go. Nice job, bro. What's your brother's name again?
Chris.
Chris. Nice job, Chris. With Top Step, I'm assuming you said challenge accounts.
Yes, he's on Top Step. Yeah, he's actually how I got into trading, but kind of in a backwards way. He was doing stock trading, and I started following some of that with him, and then was exposed to forex trading. I don't know if any of you remember Amber Miners is a friend of mine. Our girls went to daycare together.
I remember that name.
Mm-hmm. So I just spoke to her the other day. I'm working on her hopping on the YouTube
Nice.
stream. Yeah. So, and that's how I got into it. But I was doing following stocks with my brother first because he got into it before I did.
Nice. If we just chop around during the session today, I'm going to expect tomorrow to be more trendy for us. I actually did not. Somebody else just said they started with penny stocks before they got introduced to Forex. I think my first was not stocks. Mine was definitely first Forex.
Was it?
Yeah. It was around 2018. There was a guy who we were in a health and wellness company, a network marketing company called Visalis. And we were in Omaha, actually. We were in no, not Omaha. We were in Lincoln, Nebraska. We were at we did like a little team get together or whatever, and it was just a bunch of guys. We were in the basement of our mentor's house, and yeah, he started talking about how he was getting into trading, and not then, but I reached out to him maybe a week later and was like, "Tell me more about what you're doing." And so he introduced me to who he was following at the time, and that's how I first started looking at trading. I bought the course or whatever it was. I can't remember how much it was, but I bought that, started watching the videos, and I didn't understand anything. And
that's how I felt with the one I did.
There was no help. There was no support. I couldn't ask any questions. There was no community. So yeah, that's literally how I got in. I got started and I stopped. All in within the same month.
Then how much longer was it till you were back in it?
2020 was when the world shut down.
Yeah.
When the world shut down in 2020, this is when I Am Academy was taken off. And my buddy Colton told me about I Am, and that's when I joined them, and it's totally different ball game in terms of well, I started off with binary. I started with HFX, which was a shit show.
I hated binary.
It was crazy. And then I started just really diving into the education from some of the traders there, and just now we're here basically. Long story short, now we're here. But yeah, it was just different. I had access to people to ask questions, like the educators. Some of them were assholes, but some of them were actually open to getting questions and answering questions without making you feel like a dummy for asking it. But yeah, it was just completely different. But it helped shape the way I the way I do things, the way I teach, the way I'm available for people, just because I just remember my own experience, and I don't want people to have that experience. 'Cause I think the skill set is amazing if you once you actually take it seriously.
Yeah, put the time into it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I prefer trading in a community personally. I think for me, that's part of what I enjoy about it, is having other people to bounce ideas off of.
Yeah.
I mean, I could, at this point, could very easily trade on my own.
Yeah.
But I don't want to. I think it would get boring.
Yeah.
I do miss the gatherings, though. That'd be fun to do sometime.
Yeah, I would love to. I would love to do something. I do miss that part of it. Yeah, golf in Arizona is definitely happening. Steph's a golfer.
Yeah, I'm in.
Steph's a golfer.
I've never golfed in Arizona.
We know Paula B would drive the golf carts.
She'd drive them real well. Hey, speaking of Paula, everyone needs to send her some positive vibes today. She's got some surgery going on today.
Yes, definitely. You beat me to it. Yeah, send her some positive vibes. Put some prayers up there for her.
Man, we are still 30 points away from flipping the 5-minute.
Yeah, it ain't happening.
No, I don't think it's going to either.
I'm just here for the conversation at this point. We would have got off this session a long time ago if you weren't here. I would have been done like literally at 10:20 probably. Once I saw the news, once I saw the news like do a fake push and then literally just drop back down here, I was like, all right, yeah, we're not doing nothing.
Yeah, no offense. I've got a solid packing list and grocery list completed on this from this session.
Nice.
Multitasking.
Yeah, me too. I'm IT over here. Doing my second job. Side note, Steph, since you have things to do and it's Anita's birthday, we can hop on Thursday after session, especially since today took the entire session.
Yeah, if we can do that, that would be great.
Yeah.
I think I might call it a day. It's not gonna go. I don't think we're gonna get that 5-minute to flip with this movement and structure.
No, I mean, we're not doing anything. We're not. Last questions, guys. If you guys have anything, we're live all week, so we'll be back tomorrow. Steph will be back with us on Thursday. But especially since we didn't do anything today, I'm expecting tomorrow to be a little smoother, but we'll see. TBD. But if there's no other questions or conversations, we will go ahead and sign off here now. Steph, as always, it's a pleasure. I appreciate you for hopping on.
Yeah, thanks.
Hopping on with us. You're welcome, Jazzy J. Good luck with the packing and all the errands you got to run.
Yeah. It's the first time she's going off on her own, so.
Are you emotional or are you going to cry?
Oh, totally. Yeah. I'm also an anxious mom, so that's not super helpful. But like I said, she's headed to the Bible camp where I went every summer. From the time I was a third grader to my best friends and I did. They have a river boaters program where you spend an entire week on a houseboat on the river with the counselors. And so, yeah, I've been there. I know what to expect. She'll be fine. She's going to have a great time.
Nice. Oh, where is it at again?
It's called Sugar Creek Bible Camp. It's in right off the Mississippi. It's in a huge, gorgeous valley.
Nice. I used to go to a camp. It was called, I want to say it was called Lutherdale. Yeah, Lutherdale
I've
Summer
heard
Camp.
of that one.
And
Is that in Wisconsin?
yep, Lutherdale Lakes, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my cousin was a counselor there. Yeah, very cool.
Yep. All right, peeps. Tomorrow's another day. We will see you guys then. As always, if you need anything from me, hit me up on Telegram. We will get everything taken care of, even if it is IT. I will help you with that as well.
One more item to add to the job duties list.
Literally, I got a whole resume over here. If I ever needed to go to corporate, I think I got a couple of things I can put on my resume.
It'd be good. It'd be good.
All right, family. Y'all have a good one. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace out for now.
Bye, everyone.
I gave you all my love and I gave you all my trust. Gave you all I had, got nothing